could say one thing to your ex, what would it be?
Fuck you, have fun pissing in your bed.
I'd say hello. I hope you are doing well, and I hope your family's doing well, and I'm happy for whatever's going your way.
To my ex. Fuck that nigga. I'm saying. Fuck that nigga. Fuck both of them. Suck a
I appreciate you. Thank you for everything. I mean, it sucks that it didn't work out. You know, we were at two different points in our life. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. I hope she's doing well. Hope the relationship she's in now, that her and her boyfriend are, you know, doing wonderful things. Sucks it didn't work out, but I mean, that's just life. You know, you just gotta move on.
Now that's a stark difference, but I'm guessing that there's someone that's going to come along and void that, because there's guys that hate their exes and there's girls that really like their exes. Like, this is a bit too much of a stark contrast for me. Like, it doesn't feel like it's
a lot of guys are socially awkward.
I think you're a bit ignorant to like the average guy's experience. Consider this, right? Most guys, the average guy today, his granddad had to put in a quarter of the work to get the kind of woman that is 4 times as amazing as the woman he's attracted
Oh,
to.
you're talking about
His grandmother was an amazing woman and a very, very feminine, natural woman, and his granddad really didn't have to do the kind of work he has to do right now as a young man in the Western world.
So you're talking about hoflation.
Yes, it's hoflation.
Hoflation. So modern men have to work 5 times harder than their grandfathers did for women 20 times worse than what their grandmothers were.
They're doing it the same with women and the housing. I mean, back then you weren't competing with everything that everyone can see on social media, and social media being inflated, everyone's best, then you think that's the standard, that's the norm, that's what you expect. 100%.
But when you're talking about permanent physiological changes, do you not agree, just from an ethical standpoint, that you might want extremely strong evidence of the benefits? And there is no systematic review that states that there is strong evidence of benefits.
Sir, are you aware of how the quality evidence grading system works and how it's applied?
Yeah, we read through it. That's why I'm citing these journals. So which journal says something different? We should have that debate. Tell me a journal that has done systematic reviews that cites different evidence, that cites strong evidence for benefits of these therapies.
The standards of care were developed based on extensive...
You're not telling me any journal, you're not telling me any study. Don't say standards of care.
Yeah, so...
Tell me one.
The standards of care.
That's the standards of care. That's not a journal. That's not a study. That's not an organization. That's not an institution. You're just saying words. Name one study. Yeah. I'm out of time.
I've seen another clip of this guy, and he made a fantastic point, because he only has one eye. He said, what if my daughter, growing up in a world where she looks up to her dad and she wants to have one eye, if she walks into a doctor's surgery and says, I want my eye removed because I only want one eye, how are you going to treat that? That's not something that should be encouraged. That's something that should be, like, okay, let's go talk to someone about why you feel this way.
Like, when men do say that they want to provide for their women and, have the job, make the money, and then that mom, she becomes a stay-at-home mom and will provide for her kids and do all the cooking and cleaning, the men automatically think that when they come home from work that their job is to do absolutely nothing because they're at home. Most men.
If the man is out working and the woman is being provided for and she's a stay-at-home mother, she takes care of the household. The man in that scenario does not do chores. And by the way, he is doing stuff in the household. He's doing the stuff like changing tires or fucking mowing the lawn. Yeah. But to suggest that a man who's working full time, who's providing for his wife, who's staying at home, that he then come home and help with the chores, the household chores, that should fall on, in that sort of arrangement, that ought to fall on the woman.
That I don't really agree with, just because I think that's one of those things that you need to talk about. Because me personally, no one irons my shirts. I iron my shirts. I enjoy doing vacuuming. I enjoy just going around with a piece of machinery and destroying all the little crumbs on the floor and things like that. I just enjoy
There's some things you've noticed that are blatantly sexist, but are so normalized with. Let's talk about the fact that after carrying a baby for 9 months, then proceeding to give birth to it, taking a maternity leave from work, and literally spending all your free time cleaning up its shit, the last name of the kid is almost usually the father's. Like, it really just boggles my brain the amount of privilege men receive in society. You just marry a woman, she takes your last name, then you impregnate her, she destroys her body giving birth to this child, and then you stamp your last name on the child as well. We really need to normalize as a society women passing down their own last names to their kids. I just don't know why in the 21st century we're still going through this.
So, not sure how it works in the States, but I know how it works in the UK. That is completely up to the choice of the mother. It is 100% completely up to the choice of the mother.
If you want context as to how much more privilege men have than women, ask a man what specific trust issues he has with women. He'll show you pictures like this. However, if you ask a woman what specific trust issues she has with men, she'll show you articles like this, she'll show you articles like this and that. The difference is, men are afraid that women don't actually have golden eyelids. Women are afraid that men are going to kill and rape them.
Guys aren't afraid that girls don't have golden eyelids. Normally we're afraid that they do.
I gotta tell you a story about male privilege that happened to me this morning at the airport. I was going through security, grabbed a little bin to put my belongings into and my shoes, right? The line is kind of long. There's a family in front of me, slow, like no sense of urgency whatsoever. And the dad has anxiety or something, I don't know, but he turns around to me. There's no more bins on the cart beside us, but there's like 5 large stacks of bins on the next like conveyor belt over. And he looks at me and goes, I have to take your bin because if I don't, we can't go anywhere. And takes the bin out of my hands. I turn around to the guy behind me and he mouths, what the and I just kind of, anyway, I just stood there kind of stunned. Like no woman would have ever done that. Ever. We have to be so aware of our surroundings every second of every day that every single woman in that line would have known that there were large stacks the next conveyor belt over and problem solved. So we wouldn't ever disrespect, like blatantly disrespect someone in that way. I don't see it happening.
Have you met my friend Karen? I can fully imagine. You guys, come on. You can imagine a woman doing exactly the same thing. She's got a perm, she's got this really weird outdated floral dress on, and she does exactly the same thing. You know that's what will happen. This is example of an arsehole. This isn't an example of male privilege or anything like that. That is just you encountered an arsehole. Congratulations.
Why you would have her passwords but not vice versa? Is it that you wouldn't trust her, or is it that you'd want to monitor the messages before they come in so that she doesn't see them first? Like, what is the intention?
No, she would be able to see them, but it's just a trust thing between me and a woman. Like, you would want me to have your passwords, not even me. As a man, like you, for example, beautiful woman, very smart too, by the way. I think you've been pretty impenetrable on this show. I'm very impressed by you. This isn't Riz, like just genuine compliment, truly. But your marketing yourself on the internet would be a no-go for me, because if you were truly giving yourself away to a man, you wouldn't market on the internet. And I do look at it as marketing when a woman has her titties all over the internet. And that's no disrespect. That's just if it were my girl and I'm the person that's doing everything I can to fight and make her life 10x what it'd be without me, then that would be a simple expectation. And I don't think that's too much to ask.
I agree with the last bit of that. But having someone's passwords, nah. Nope. If you feel the need to have someone's passwords, you shouldn't be in a relationship with that person.
I'm curious, if you guys were dating a guy and let's pretend you all have long nails and he's like, girl, I really love you, but I don't like the nails. Could we get rid of them? Would you be getting rid of them?
I mean, with the guy that I'm with now, if he was like, hey, I don't like them, then yeah. I mean, like I said, his dad did my nails.
Okay. Is that
so if he didn't like it, then.
Is that because you value his opinion?
It's because we have a very good understanding with each other, and I do value his opinion because I am a representation of him. And so yeah. I mean,
so you'd get rid of him?
Yeah, I would.
100% agree, because she sounds like she's coming from a relationship where she's happy and she enjoys everything and she's respected by her partner and she respects him. It works both ways. If he was, I don't know, if he wore a t-shirt that she hated, I'm pretty sure if she brought it up to him, but again, likewise, if it's not a good relationship, he's going to wear that shirt all the time.
You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy. I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can
So
get
you are
pregnant.
denying that trans people like this?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you, or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're
they're
told
allowed
that
to
they're
question.
opening up people to violence?
We have a good
by
time in my
questioning?
class. You should join.
I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I
just in
know,
this exchange.
absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yikes. This is the problem. This is what kids are being taught. That if someone questions something, they're opening up the floor to violence. That's all anyone's been trying to teach their kids is not real. You need to talk. You don't fight. You sit down and talk. You talk things out. You ask questions if you don't understand. And you repeatedly ask those questions if you still don't understand. The fact that she said, like, it's opening up people to violence? No, that's not how violence starts.